Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer, and this is day 2 of my Endless Space Sowers playthrough. Now, as you can already see, I guess by viewing my mouse, by seeing my mouse, I would rather say, there has been a new patch implemented that has changed, well, a couple of UI options. It added, I'm pretty sure it did add a Solita update, that's so that you can write in Russian font. So immediately after realizing that, I went off to the forums and asked for a Hangul font because I really want to be able to talk and write in Korean, because this would be awesome. But also there was quite a lot of balance changes that I'll try to briefly go through, and also I guess there is some not UA, AI changes as well, because as soon as I loaded this game, as soon as I did, as you can see, there are two new deals proposed by two races, Horatio and Amoeba, and I'm curious to say what they exactly are. So first of all, let's see the Amoeba one. Offer peace, yes please, this would be awesome. Horatio, offer peace. Now then, I'm not too sure about that, because I want to conquer them, and they did take a liberty in colonizing Ichius, or whatever it's called, and I am not too fond of that. I wanna kill them. So since I probably have a more powerful military than they do, because obviously I'm the strongest in the universe right now, I'm not going to accept this offer, I'm going to refuse it instead. Quite a risky choice, but it might be worth it. I am satisfied with it, at least. I am at peace with Amoebas, which is something that I wanted to go for a long time. Now let me go quickly through some of the balance changes. So first of all, Sowers, oh sweet irony, have been nerfed quite badly, which is good. That's something I wanted to happen. So first of all, as you can see, I got the Space Cadets Malus, which gives me decreased science production per system. Quite a big deal. Very, very good. I'm very happy about that. Finally, there's some kind of punishment for the Sowers aside from this ridiculously not effective slow travel Malus. Also, I did get a couple of traits removed. Actually, give me just a second. I'll go into my iPhone. I did make a picture of the what do you call them? Balance changes. Yeah, that's it. So let me increase the size of it. Cravers removed. I can't see anything. I guess iPhones kind of have the small screen, so it's kind of hard to see anything. Okay, where are the cravers? Removed optimal structures, removed deadly weapons. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's Cravers, not Sowers. Excuse me. Alright, let's read that again. Sowers added minus 20% silence, removed optimal defense, removed something. I made a bad screenshot, so I cannot see anything. Okay, never mind, I will not read anything. But generally speaking, a bunch of stuff has been removed, which is very good. Some of the stuff that I actually proposed, for example, the bonus to the defense, has been removed. That had no place, at least in my mind, in the Sowers traits, which is very good. Sower affinity trait has been, as you can obviously see, nerfed. Not nerfed enough, if you ask me now. 40% instead of 50% of industry is added to food production. I will also decrease the overall food production by minus 70% and maybe also make it 30% of industry converted into food. Why? Because it would be a really big kick in the teeth for the Sowers in the early game, but later on it wouldn't matter too much, and hell, it would be an extra challenge, which is always a good thing. Tolerant has not been touched, however, which I did not like, but there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Now, every single race got some kind of changes. Amoebas has been nerfed a little bit. They lost the Stellar Guardian's ability. They also lost something else. They still have the Masters of Illusion, which is a useless trait, to be absolutely honest. Yeah, it's completely stupid. So I'm not too happy with that. I mean, Amoebas, they are very good at the early game, especially because of their affinity, which allows them to see the whole map at the get-go. However, as I said many times before, I kind of feel like nerfing them might not have been the best idea. I mean, the things that have been taken away from the Amoebas and added to many different races, because they have been pretty much added to other races and taken from Amoeba only, might be a good idea, but I would kind of like to see things like mutual understanding is good, it fits Amoeba well, but Masters of Illusion not so much. I would rather change it to something different. But how soon we might have a custom race creation tool in-game, which will still probably take a while, but we'll have it so then I can customize Amoeba all the way I want. It wouldn't be an official race, but it would still be something. Now, Horatio did get buffed a little bit, I believe. Heroic Medicine they always had. Crowded Planet, yeah, they got Crowded Planets. Either it really increased or they got it from just plainly, I'm not sure. Either they didn't have it or they didn't have it as strong as it is now. Right now, as you can see, they get a huge bonus of population on tiny, small and medium planets, which is a very, very, very big advantage indeed. What else? Stellar Guardians. Oh yeah, this is something that Amoebas used to have now. The Horatio have it. Kinda shits them because, yeah, Horatio really care about the looks, the way the fabulous looks and all of this nonsense. So I guess it's only natural that they care about defending it. And it's the expansionists is still left in the place, on its place, I would rather say, which is good because they need this malus to, you know, make up for all the other bonusi. For example, cloning, yeah, kind of big deal. In the early game, late game, not so much, unless you have a crazy upgrade. And also United Empire that has been significantly buffed, which is a very, very good thing. It is possible that for the first time since early alpha, they are not underpowered, which is kind of cool and intriguing. I mean, the only malus right now is Dust Impaired, which, to be quite honest, is not a malus at all. I mean, it seriously, 25% abilities dust cost on hero, that's nothing. Considering that most of these abilities cost like 20 dust or something. So that's not a big deal at all, at least not in my book. And they did get a couple of other good things. For example, the dust bonus that still doesn't have its name, but you get more dust per population unit on planet. Their United Empire affinity has been boosted, and they finally do not have the unlucky colonist trait, which was probably a killer trait, to be quite honest. So even though this is a loaded game, so they probably still have their main planet having the mineral pool. Yeah, they still have it because they started on it. But if I were to start a new game, they wouldn't have it. So significantly buffed United Empire, finally they might actually not be underpowered. Very cool thing indeed. Now, as I end this turn, because I think the turn is ready to end at this stage, yeah, it should be, I'll try to remember other changes. For example, what are the races? Well, Cravers, I think I told you by accident, they had a bunch of their abilities, the war abilities removed or nerfed, for example, deadly weapons. Kind of risky, since Cravers focus only on fighting. Having their fighting skills reduced might be a problem. Then again, their fleet is the largest fleet in the galaxy, so it might simply be a good balance. I'm not sure about that. I'm not going to comment on that before I play as them, because it wasn't such a significant change, I think, or rather guess, or whatever. Now let my ships move to their destinations. Okay, what is that? Uncovering the stars, yeah, right. So, what is this ship? Is that, yeah, it's a factory. I was selling it to the Magishai system. The other ship is, oh wait, who's blue? Sophons, that's cool. Sophons are a cool faction to meet. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'll try to keep exploring the galaxy as long as possible, but this is nice because Cravers are nowhere to be found so far. I'm definitely going to end up being at war with Horatio because, yeah, I want to be at war with them, and I'm probably going to end up being at war with United Empire because they're kinda yeah, I'm not swearing, so I'm not going to describe them, but they are humans, so obviously they are stupid and you're going to have to kill them. Now, another Zurich is ready, that's good, sending it to another system right away, just to increase the strength of my invading fleet, yada yada yada, that's all good and dandy. Now I am ready to colonize you, so I'm going to obviously do it. Which land am I going to colonize? Rich soil is a very good trade that I do not really care about because I'm playing Sowers. So I might, do I have iron crystals or mercurite? Discovered. Unconscious Mercury? Nope, it seems like I don't, so it doesn't matter. Actually, if I had it discovered, then probably it wouldn't be grayed out, it would be white, which it isn't, as you can clearly see. So I might simply go for the medium desert with rich soil. It's a decent idea. Desert is going to give me some bonus dust as well, and I kinda need dust because I have been lacking in this field for now. Now, let me see what I'm going to go for. Well, obviously I am going to go for Untemporal Finance, and will I boost it or will I not? I feel like I won't because I kinda want money for a new hero. Then again, hero's cost has been changed, but no, the second hero cost is still the same if you recruit a level 1 hero, so that didn't change too much. I might actually recruit a human because she is, what they call it, a commander and an adventurer as well, which will mean that she will have the graviton ability or black hole, whatever it's called. She's also got some really nice stats. So yeah, I think I'll just save up on the money. It's not that much of dust, but still it's a little bit too much, if you ask me. Now let's rename this system. Let me grab my book. Page 100, if I remember correctly, you cannot recall correctly. Maybe you can, I don't know. Alright. Fire and Ice. What does it remind me of? I have no idea. No, seriously, I have no idea. I mean, I know what it reminds me of, but I'm not going to call it this way. I'm being cryptic on purpose right here. So, how about it, I'm going to call it Moonshine. Moonshine, whatever you're supposed to call it. Yep, that's good enough. So, Moonshine being an archipelago of islands, which every archipelago is, I guess. Whatever. So I guess it's a pronoun. And that's this one time when I conquer Ichios, because it is barely Horatio system, I might rename it, even though it's not my style. I just want to have more custom named systems, if you catch my drift. Now, there was another factory ship somewhere heading to Zosmandos, or something like that. Where is it though? It was somewhere in the United Empire land, wasn't it? I feel like it was, but it's not there anymore. Did it get destroyed or something? Is that it? No, it's a Cyric. Maybe it did get destroyed, I simply forgot about it. It is a possibility. I mean, I'm lucky to forget this kind of stuff, because, hey, it's me. So, I'm probably going to produce another one in Everesca. Then again, Everesca doesn't have that many people in here. Too many people, or whatever. So I might actually not do that. Instead, how about Amn? Amn is quite well colonized, popularized, or whatever. But then again, it only has 5 population max, or whatever that I should call them. I'm not sure how long it will take me to construct a factory. 1 turn, that's decent enough. I'm going to go for it. Also, they are happy over at Amn, so that's good. I don't have to bother with them too much. Candlekeep, do I want to upgrade you in any way, shape or form? I think I do. I want people to be more happy here. Where's my hero assigned to? Oh, he's assigned to the other assistant to... What's it called? You know, the other system. No, seriously, what's it called? Everesca. Is that right? Yeah, he's at Everesca. So definitely Everesca needs some more happiness because my hero is over there. I'm not sure if that makes any logical sense, but it should, because... Actually, I don't know why it should, but it simply should. Now, let me queue this up right away, so simply so that I don't have to care about anymore. All ships have used up their movements, so that's good. I'm going to have Pew Pew Square accelerators in a moment, so after that, what I want to go for, probably more military strength, because I want to be able to actually compete with Horatio. Over with... you know what I mean. I mean, I don't know what I mean, but you might actually. Now, do I have Hyperion discovered? Hyperion, where are you, Hyperion? Is that Hyperion? Yes, it is. Is there Hyperion anywhere in the vicinity? Nope, not on any of Micronauts planets, not on any Horatio planets as well. Whoa, this is unfair. The United Empire has a lot of Hyperion, so do Amoebas, and the home system has Hyperion as well. However, I do not have the diplomacy tech to trade with them just yet, and it will take me 2 turns to get to it. I'm hesitant. Should I go for... Maybe just this one time I'm not going to go for lasers right away, even though... Oh, and then yeah, it reminds me of a Korea symbol. Oh, it's so awesome. Ah, I'm going to melt. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go for alternative ammo simply because it allows me to get some more technologies. And you know what, rockets are always good, and stable torpedoes are even better than that. And after this is researched, I am going to research a destroyer class ship because, you know, destroyers are always awesome. Once that is done, I might go for relativistic markets. Wow, I can actually speak for once. But this can wait. This decision, I mean. So, with that queued up, all good and dandy, what else do I need to do? Nothing, I believe. So let me just try and decipher this pathetic screenshot I took with my iPhone. How could I miss the text so badly? I have no idea. I mean, it's quite sunny today, so I can barely see my monitor, but it's not a good excuse. Pilgrims, they have fearless warriors added, so they have been buffed. Not a good idea by me, but maybe it will silence some of the crybabies out there, and there's quite a lot of crybabies, to be quite honest with ya. Now, I got both pure sky accelerators and alternative ammos, which is very good. Also, I can now get more bonus on research, which is important since out of reset I have less research points. The enemy is sending his fleet over to Equino's system, or whatever it's called, to try and defend it. I don't think he's going to succeed though, because my fleet is way larger than the enemy's fleet. Now, okay, it looks like a lot of places have done some stuff, some cool, amazing stuff that I do not care at all. But nevertheless, I am going to send my ship over to Zomos. I'm going to try and avoid the United Empire space though, because they might destroy my factory, and yeah, this is gonna happen. Even though it would be faster to travel through their system, because, as you know, probably wormholes just take an entire portion, I would say, of your movement speed, but you can, regardless of the length of the wormhole, you can go through it in one turn. So it might be faster to go through the United Empire territory to get to the Zomos system, but I want to be safe. Factory ships are kinda precious. Now, I do want all of my ships to go where I wanted them to. I'm almost at the point when I can colonize Mirigashi. However, I do not like the look of that. It seems like Horatio might try to colonize it as well. Me not happy, not by a smallest stretch of the imagination. Smallest. I'm talking some weird stuff today. I'm sorry for that. Don't you close, iPhone. I'm about to read from you in a moment, at least. Alright, any structures I want to construct? Well, over at Candlekeep, I do want to have... Hardened framing isn't that important, because I don't think I will use the system a lot. I actually might do that. Give me a second. First of all, for now, my most important system is Everesca, so definitely I'm going to go for... Apparently I do not need extreme options to change just yet, but I may need it in the future, so I will go for it. I will also go for hardened framing, because I am going to make some, you know, vehicles over here, so I want them to have some bonus experience. Candlekeep, in the meantime, am I recording this? I am. Sorry, my paranoia kicked in. And yeah, I might actually make some ships over here as well, and I do want stealth construction simply because it's my home system. If I lose it, well, then I don't lose immediately, but I'm very close to losing. So that's not something I necessarily want to happen, as you might guess. Now, what is this? This is some cool stuff I do not really care about. That's all good and dandy. I want to exit the screen. There we go. It's a little bit laggy. Maybe it's the patch, maybe it's my computer not being restarted, though it wasn't turned on last night, which is a big change, to be honest. So how did that happen? It shouldn't really be at bad performance, but still. Why did I check that? Oh, to see how much Amoeba like me. Yeah, it's on minus, but they're cool with me. I guess it's all simply because of the wormhole link that we have. But because my military is quite strong, they probably are also a little bit afraid of me. At least that's what I hope for. Now, let me turn and see. Pilgrims have been slightly buffed because... Actually, sorry, nerfed, removed 3 lost warriors. Yes! Good thing, because I believe Pilgrims to be slightly on the edge of being overpowered, though balanced. So this change is good. And Croatia are attacking me. So while our fleets are approaching, let me just... Hey, I clicked you. Thank you. So while the fleets are approaching, let me just look at some other changes. Hisho. Added affinity. 20% fleets bonus for successful invasion. Oh, because it was only 10% if I recall correctly. Added positive anomaly to homeward Hugen rings. That's awesome. I mean, mostly because it looks awesome. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Then again, I'm not sure how well Hisho are balanced right now. I mean, they do have the hardest hitting ships, but I would have to look at the traits to figure everything out. Now, as you can see, the retreat card is now considered as an unblockable one. So, because it was unblockable, so it was only, you know, logical to change its category from tactics to unblockable. Currently, unblockable tactics, not tactics but cards, only have retreat in it, and it's probably going to whatever. My language should not be so good, as you can probably tell from so far. I am having quite a lot of fun commenting on this video, which is a good sign. Might mean that I will be able to post quite a lot of footage. As you can see, my rockets are really doing quite a lot of damage on the enemy ships. They are smoking hot, which is a good thing. One of them is down already. I do believe that the enemy has actually invested in some kind of HP upgrades, because I would expect my rockets to actually obliterate them. So either they have some kind of rocket defense, or they simply have a lot of HP. Either way, it's not a big problem, because I am definitely winning this battle. Especially since this enemy has mostly kinetics only. And as long as I use my defense force to, you know, give myself some added defense, I'm good to go. Also right now I countered the enemy, so I shouldn't take any damage whatsoever, and I also repaired any damage I took. I believe my ships are still slightly damaged, but it should be alright. My missiles are just flying by to say, "Hello, camera, we're certainly gonna destroy you." But yeah, it's totally cool. I so love the battle screen in this game. It's just so amazing. One thing that could be improved, I mean, it would take a lot of money, so I don't think an indie company, even as awesome as Amplitude, could afford it. At least not at this stage of the game. But you know, remember Hegemony? Hegemony? I have no idea how to pronounce the title of that game correctly. Anyway, in Hegemony, Legions of Ira and the Solon Heritage, there was this really amazing animation for when the ships get destroyed. I mean, they would fall into pieces, it would blow up in a slightly different pattern. It was so amazing, let me just tell you that. It would be extraordinary cool. It could also be implemented in the battle engine we have in Endless Space. As I said, it's not that probable that we will have it, because it would take a lot of effort, and people would have to design, you know, some interior parts of the ships, because you would be able to look inside the ships once they are in pieces. I mean, not for too long they would be destroyed, so the interiors wouldn't have to be too complicated, but having a textureless wall wouldn't look too cool either, so you know what I mean, I guess. And you have encountered Sophos Empire. Thank you, game. So now it gives me this kind of warning. Now I am going to go for manual, because I don't want to deal any damage to Sophons, so that they are not too angry at me, but I do want to escape so that my ship survives. So I'm going for retreat. Has retreat been nerfed, by the way? I'm not sure, I have not seen anything mentioning retreat aside from it being assigned to unblockable card series. So I'm not too sure. Sophons actually have quite a lot of ships for this stage of the game. They usually didn't have as many when I played against them. Quite impressive. I'm quite happy as well, because Sophons are usually my good buddies. I mean, they used to be my favorite faction, so it's only natural that I like them. They did manage to inflict some damage onto my ship, but as I can see, the retreat card is still as powerful as it used to be. So I didn't have any problems escaping from that very system. Now, where did I escape? That's a curious question to have. Not in the direction I wanted to go, but I guess I will live with it because there's not much else I could do. Everest has finished doing some fancy stuff, which is also decent. What is that? But how did they not attack my... Not gonna ask... Oh man, I cannot colonize this planet until I'm got rid of the pirates? No! No. I think I'll move my ships away. Because if that's the case, I definitely care less about conquering the ecosystem and more about preserving my factory ship. I won't be able to make it 110 though, will I? Okay, you know what? Let me just leave a single strike behind so it continues the siege and blockade on their system, which is very important. It makes my job way easier when I try to conquer some stuff. But the rest of the fleet is going to try and rescue the factory ship. Because it might get taken down, it's actually quite probable. I'm not too happy with that at all. Now, since I'm getting close to a point when I research my destroyer, I might as well queue up another research. Which one will it be? I do not care about colonization all that much. I do want to know where antimatter and hexaferrum is, so that's what I'm probably going to go for. What is that? Offensive retreat. Ends the battle, no extra damage round. Block, player deals 1 unopposed damage round. What? I'm not totally sure what is this, but it sounds ridiculously powerful. I mean, seriously now. I mean, it not only ends the battle, it also allows you to deal extra damage. So, you don't get any damage yourself, but you deal even more damage. I think they're going to a little bit too much to town with all those retreat abilities. That might be just me, but still. Okay, I think I'll go for relativistic markets because I want some Hyperion for the future from Amoeba, and I think they might have quite a lot of it, since I haven't seen too much of it. After that, I am going to discover antimatter and hexaferrum. Since antimatter is a very good late game resource, I want to know where it is for the ending stages of the game. And hexaferrum, as you obviously know from my previous playthrough, very useful because it gives you some bonus ship. What do you call it? Tonnage, that's right. Oh, and I can hire a new hero, which is totally what I'm going to do. You, lady, I'm gonna hire, even though I hate human race and all. Hey, I quit this screen. Apparently there's a little bit of lag in this patch, so when you try to exit the screen, you don't exit it as fast as you used to. It might be just my computer lagging, I'm not sure, but it wasn't there in the previous patch, so it might also be the game. Not too big of an issue, and hell, it's beta, so it's supposed to be like that. Now, a couple of good bonuses. I have no idea. Added to my fleet, that's very good indeed. I think I'll be able to tear through those pirate ships. Oh, there are only 2 of them. They are very, very powerful, don't get me wrong. I may lose a lot of ships of my own. But with my hero assigned to this fleet, I think I should be victorious. Now, what else do you want to do? Everesca. Okay, you just make a little bit more dust for 1 After that, I'm going to do this solely on the purpose of saving my dust so that I can spread it on destroyers as soon as I discover them, which could happen next turn, or if not, then in the next 2 turns. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and I forgot to log out of Steam. I'm gonna do that as soon as I end this turn and move into the system because I'm really afraid that the pirates will try to destroy. No! I hate you, pirates! Damn pirates, you gotta hate them. Yeah, the screens did get a little bit laggy. Not sure what is about that. Now, it is kinda cool that I can watch my factory ship up and close and personal. But as you can see, the battle camera has been fixed now. It is not placed inside of a ship, it's placed outside of a ship, so I can actually see the ship that is defending, which is kinda cool. Now, I just hope my factory ship survives. Which might not be the case. Oh man, they have upgraded kinetics. Quite. Whoa. Okay, I did manage to survive because retreat is a very too powerful card if you ask me. So no harm done over there, other than wasted time, obviously. Just don't go into Horatio system. Don't retreat into Horatio system. Don't do that. Okay, retreated to mine. That's good. Oh, definitely offer peace by Sowers. Very, very cool. And oh yeah, Steam. Get out of here, offline, thank you very much. Now, okay, I obviously know that I lost this battle, that's unsubscribing. What is this L shift thingy? One or more control keys are kindly held. No, I'm not holding left shift. If this message persists while the keys are not held, hold and release each key to hide the message. What? I have no idea. Anyway, let's go and fight the pirates. I think I should be good enough to win against them, even though, as you can see, their strength is quite big, and I do know they have some upgraded kinetics, so it might be a problem. I might lose a couple of ships. I do think I should win, though. With my hero, this is making quite a big of a difference, especially if I go for magnetic field. Since the pirates, they might have upgraded kinetics, but they definitely don't have anything other than kinetics. And my rockets had just as much as when I use magnetic field as when I don't use it, and my English just failed horribly right there, so you probably did not understand anything I said. I think what the screen's performance has been decreased. I mean, they lag a little bit. The battle screens, the battle option, not option, but the battle stability has been, performance, that's what I want to say, has been increased. I mean, it is much smoother than it used to be in the past. It feels like it is actually 30 frames per second, not like 15 or something. I mean, 30 frames per second is not that impressive either, but still it's better. And as I can say, I am clearly winning this battle. It is phase 2, but the enemy is almost there. That's mostly because of my rocket technology and the enemy not having any counters to it. Also, me having quite a lot of armor on my ships, being able to resist quite a lot of enemy firepower, so that's the reason why I managed to survive this battle. Nevertheless, pirates are still quite a big threat for anybody in the early stages of the game, which I like. I really do enjoy having some kind of challenge with neutral fleets because it's always interesting. Now, fleet Iota, whatever. You are obviously going to go for defense because that's the way I roll. I usually go for the defense, and it also allows me to get tactician, which is an ability I really like because having the enemy missiles missing me by a mile is 1, amusing to watch, 2, allows me to save a lot of my ships from impending doom. Now, I did not research the destroyer ship just this turn, but it will be researched next turn, which is good by my standards. Now, where are your Syracuse staying? Right here. You have to defend though. Factory on the other side, you just go over there and try to capture those Manos or whatever it's called. Any other ships that have some movement left? Apparently so. I can't see them though. Oh, it was this one, just passing through the Sowers territory. They are at peace with me, which is very good. Everesca should have a trade route established. Yes, that's indeed a trade route to Sowers, which is a cool system name, if I ever had one. Do I really want stealth construction on Nebraska? I don't think I do. I do, however, exit the screen already. Game, thank you. I do want to expand over on Moonshade if I have enough population. I do not just yet. So I might speed up this production just so that I can get some extra food, because it seems like a problem so far. I only get 2 bonus food over the entire system, which doesn't make my population growth that big. Also, I might just go for more happiness because it's always a good thing. By the way, somebody asked me, and I tried to answer as best as I can, what happens when a system approval is at strike. I tried my best to show what to explain what I think it is, but let me just double check if I was actually correct. Let me get the tax rate up to 0%. Excuse me, 100%. Now, as you can see, at strike I get almost no production. It seems like... okay, so when you have your plants at strike, all of your feeds is significantly decreased. It isn't 100% decreased, as I can see, because I clearly am still generating science and dust, even though I shouldn't. So it doesn't make your plants do anything extraordinarily strange or horrifying. It simply decreases your feeds production, which is still quite a big deal. But anyway, you don't have to worry that you're going to lose them. Obviously, because you have negative food production, you are going to lose population of planets as well. But let me just get back to my 30% tax rate, which is good and dandy. So there's your question answered. I hope it has been helpful. I mean that I hope that I have been helpful. And is there anything else I want to do this turn? I don't think so. All movements have been done. Can you do a movement? Well, I definitely can. That wasn't remotely funny. Anyway, I'm going to end this turn. Man, this game, over its course of development, it gets better and better. Apparently, according to the devs, it also gets some good reviews over on different sites, which is very happy by Master. Very happy, very good. I mean, at least I am happy by that. What is this lag? Oh, I forgot. The AI still makes moves after the turn has ended. You have to wait a couple of seconds for the AI to finish moving around the galaxy. That's something that is probably going to change, I guess. And also an option that I don't think I showed you. I definitely did show you in that video that I scrapped, but I don't think I showed you in this video. So there is this new option in the graphics option that allows you to go for a target frame rate. Now, apparently it has been changed in the patch, even though I didn't want it to change, but anyway, I'm going to keep it at 30 frames per second. And the reason for this being quite simple. Okay, there's my timer. I record at 30 frames per second. My Fraps is recording at 30 frames per second. So, even though obviously I usually play on bare frames per second, you're not going to see it regardless of the amount of frames per second displayed on my screen, simply because I'm not going to record any more than 30 frames per second. I could theoretically set my fraps to 60 frames per second, which would be much better, but since I'm having only a 32-bit system, it would probably mean that my computer would blow up. So until I get my 64-bit system, which will not happen for the next few months, unfortunately, I will be forced to record at 30 frames per second. But being able to lock the game at 30 frames is a really cool thing for all of us videocasters, because it means some more memory free for your recording purposes when you are not going to use your extra frames anyway. So that's cool, all cool and dandy. Now I have to end this video, so let me just check what has been researched. Okay, a new ship class has been discovered. That's very good, and that's it. I'm not going to finish my movements just yet. I will do this in my next stand, so we have something to do once I set up a new videocast. So it was PANCZASU, the Mighty Mixed Bomber. If you enjoyed my videocast, then please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, then please share them, because I love reading them. YouTube, for some reason, doesn't notify me anymore when I get any new comments, but I try to keep my eye out in case somebody places a comment. But in case I do not respond to you right away, please do not be shocked or anything. It's just YouTube messed up or something, I don't know. I simply do not get any notifications if I get any comments. Out of today, it's kind of strange. I mean, today I went to my videos and discovered a bunch of comments that I was not aware I had. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.